Did you listen to Jeff and Professor Hamo in the morning? Here's what you missed.
In the meantime, we have the acting manager, Public Education and Advocacy at NACADA. Susan Maua is in studio. We're gonna be demystifying, all things drug abuse. Because I've been asking a couple of my friends. Easy vitu mnakula kila siku. Friday. Mpaka Saturday asubuhi. Inaeka mashavu mifua.
Kitu ina stretch your night vizuri mpaka asubuhi.
I don't know if it is vizuri or not because I'm not a member. But team.
Wacha nikwambie, acceptance is the first step towards healing.
No.
That is what we are saying here.
You're not gonna push me into a hole that I don't belong.
Okay, jitoe basi.
So Prof. We'll get to know all things Mairungi, all the drug abuse, stories that we've been hearing, unless we have a specialist. All things alcohol, we'll get to know that. But do you know, the parents are now being linked to the widespread drug abuse among children. And of course, the expert is here. If you look at the latest NACADA report, shocking numbers right here. That 4-year-old children are actually abusing drugs today. Now, the survey showed that pupils were most likely to use drugs during school holidays, on their way home from school, during weekends, and during inter-school competitions. Most common sources of drug used by school children were cited as kiosks. Unaona maduka?
Pale tulikuwa tunanunua donuts. Hizi imereplacewa. Kuna donut juu ya meza na chini ya meza kuna kakitu.
Bars near schools. Friends. And of course, school workers. Can you imagine?
Na wamesahau pale inside.
The non-teaching staff.
Na nyumbani pombe inawekwa nyumbani. Tunakunywa kidogo alafu wanadai wanaonesha isipande.
This is interesting.
We need to talk about all
this. This is interesting.
There
is no better way than to invite, of course, professional mwenyewe. Tuambie. Susan Maua, welcome to Hot 96.
Thank you.
Yes. So looking at this report. It is as shocking as it can ever be. Children as young as 4 years old abusing drugs today. Is this true, or is NACADA just, creating the alarm just so that we can... Is this true? Is it happening?
It is happening, and that is why, even the study it's NACADA study, but it was NACADA engaged Kipra to do the study. And statistics don't lie. So the findings are actually from the children themselves. If you look at the study, you'll find that 177 schools were sampled, and up to 3,300 children took part in the study. So this is actually coming from the actual people who are affected. And I would like to say that the primary school survey was coming in after the secondary school survey, because in 2017 we did a study for high schools, and that is what informed us that this actually takes place way before they get to high school. So that's why we wanted to know what is the situation like in the primary schools.
Yani mtu akija high school tayari ni addict. Not really, tolerance imeshaingia.
Not really addict. Addict is when now you are dependent and the drug has completely taken control. So it means that you don't care about school, you don't care about family or anything else other than drugs. But we are saying that children will have already started using. Either they have tested because it's available at home, as the study shows, or their friends bring to school, or their parents take them where alcohol or other drugs are sold. Like the way we do on Sundays. So you say this is a family outing, and instead carry the children along, find a place where there is bouncing castles, and you continue to drink. Yes. And as you do that, the child will say, "Adamin attack."
Just like that.
Yes.
And in this age of the internet, digitization and all that, it is so sad, because the other day I was watching a clip where some adults were actually partaking alcohol, and they actually passed on a beer bottle to a very young kid. And this kid was just gobbling the entire bottle.
And we are happy cheering. Oh, katoto ni kashujaa.
Imagine.
You know that?
Yeah, so now you see why the study shows that parents who should be the safety net for the children are actually the risk factor.
So what is the issue here? Is it about parenting? Because now it boils down to that.
Oh yes, there is the aspect of parenting. And a good number of parents today are so busy out there in the name of working for the children.
Yes.
The same children that they are not taking care of. So because you are away most of the time, then you come up with a way of what I would call guilt offerings. That is why on Sunday you want to take them out, but at the same time you're still entertaining yourself.
Overcompensating.
Even things like birthday parties.
Yeah.
Birthday parties for a 4-year-old, what do the adults do?
4 years ama 1 year?
Yes, 1 year, 4 years, they are doing a birthday party.
The adults will be there.
But the adults have come in. Yes. So instead of taking sweets and biscuits and cakes, what children would otherwise take, you find that the adults have come for a birthday party for a small child, and all they do is to take alcohol.
So that is where it starts.
Yes.
But then maybe to just bring you back a bit, to find the root cause. I mean, if we're talking drugs, then there must be a source. You know? There must be a source.
Okay.
And are we just sitting there pretty as NACADA, knowing that this is happening right from the root cause? We know these drugs are probably coming from point A, being ferried to point B. Of course, it's a coordinated effort together with the authorities, together with police, the DCI, you name it. But is NACADA just going to sit pretty and wait for mitigation, later on, at the end of the chain? Yet these kids are actually suffering from point 1, which is now the source of the drugs. These things are being planted in rural homes nowadays. So, I mean.
Well, I would want to say that most of the time when we talk about drugs, people focus on illegal substances.
Okay.
But our biggest challenge is the legal substances.
The legal.
Legal.
Okay.
We are talking alcohol.
Alcohol.
Because that is very legal. It's been a traditional substance from as long as mankind has existed.
Yes.
The other is tobacco. Yeah. And then we also have miraa.
Yes.
Miraa.
Hapo ndio umeguza watu.
And then you also have even prescription drugs. Readily available over the counter. Yes. So that also. So most of the time people would want to focus on cannabis, on heroin, on cocaine, but it is what is readily available. Just like the study says, the kiosks next to the school, what are they selling?
Wow.
They are probably selling just what is readily available.
Cigara.
So it's not like NACADA is just sitting. That is why we even have this study, so that we raise that awareness.
Yeah.
So that people know that it's not at the university level, because most of the time people say, oh, you need to come and talk to university students and so on. But at that point it's already too late, because the problem starts much earlier. So now as NACADA we are focusing on family, the parents, the people who should actually be the safety net for the children. And you know, this is the first class that children go to. Before they go to school, they shall have learned from their parents.
That is so true. And now that we're talking legal substances like alcohol and, you talked about tobacco and all. Last year in April, you came guns blazing. NACADA was just, looking at the government saying, you guys are derailing these efforts to combat drug abuse. I mean, look at the bars nowadays. You said, actually, the Alcoholic Drinks and Control Act allows bars in the country to be open between 5 p.m. and 11. During weekdays. During weekends, it's from 2 p.m. to 11 p.m. But is that being implemented?
Now, since the Constitution, if you look at Schedule 4 of the Constitution, you'll find that there are certain functions that were devolved. And that is where sometimes the challenge is, because enforcement remains a national government function. When it comes to licensing, that has become a county function. So sometimes you find that you do not have the people responsible for licensing.
Yeah.
Look at it in terms of revenue rather than regulation.
Okay.
Yeah, so that then becomes an issue. So you'll find, even as we speak right now, there are crackdowns that are going on to just check on the issues of regulations.
You know, Susan, if I leave the studio right now and take a camera, put it on live, I can take you to several bars that are still operating.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know how sad that is? You know, kids walking to school. I believe this is, lessons haven't even started. But these young kids walking to school and meeting drunkards along the road. Yeah.
In
the estates.
You've seen schools which have a bar hapo ndani in the same compound.
Iko na bar hapo ndani.
Iko na bar. Si juzi there was a news here about kids drinking changa hapo, alafu anaingia class next door.
Wow.
Same place. Because at the Mokuru wapi, it happens that there is a school. Ni nursery. P1, P2, katoto kamelewa mapema.
Ama mama anapika changa.
Yes.
Anajua mtoto anapita njia anaenda shule.
Yes.
So anakuambia ukifika kwa kina Kimani.
Yes.
Patia mama Kimani
hii mchupa, alafu uendelee.
Imagine. And this is happening.
Yes.
In 2019.
Yeah.
What are some of the measures that you're taking as NACADA?
So some of the measures, first of all, is creating awareness because something has gone wrong with our own society. The fact that as a parent you're not even aware that you are putting your child at risk by even sending them with alcohol. Sometimes even the cannabis, you find that the parent is the one who is probably peddling and then putting in the child's bag to go and sell, or pass it from one place to the other.
Yes.
Yeah. So a lot of it has to do with even our morality has gone down.
Yeah.
And that's why you find that somebody can take a child to a bar.
Yeah.
And the rest of us who are inside there are not even raising, an eyebrow about this, because really it should not even be a situation where first of all, the bar owner should allow that, and then the rest of the other people who are inside that are not saying anything. In fact, sometimes they think, NACADA's work is so difficult. So somebody thinks that, like NACADA should be this big policeman that is found
everywhere at the same time.
So one of the things that we do, like I've said, targeting parents, because we have actually realized that this is where the problem is. Awareness also in the community, and you'll find that a lot goes on in barazas with civil society organizations. There are many people who, one way or the other, also want to raise awareness. But our biggest challenge is the fact that we have such a high acceptance of these substances in the community.
High acceptance.
I remember growing up, tungefuata mlevi. Unaona mlevi, mzee ati tumfuate tukiimba. Siku moja tuliimba. Buffalo Soldier. Tulimfuata nyuma. Lakini ile vita tulichapwa. Si hatujaenda kukunywa. Juu amelewa tunaimba. Ile vita tulichapwa. Sasa hii ni normal. Sasa hii in fact tunachukua selfie. Mtoto kwanza ukimwona anaimba na mlevi, it's a video that we share with the world and say, oh my, I found a new talent,
and it gets hits.
So NACADA, is it frustrating? Hii kazi yenu umejikaza huku tunakutumia video nyingine huku tumechoma. Is it frustrating?
It is frustrating because as much as you're trying to reduce the menace, it seems to be growing because of the fact that everybody else, the people who should take charge, like I'm saying, the families, even the community, like you find residences. People know that you're not supposed to have a bar there.
Yes.
And when you have a bar in a residential area, who is it targeting? It's got to be the people within that area. So if they don't raise their voices, sometimes we get complaints after the fact. So somebody says, NACADA, you need to come and close this particular establishment. And the reason why they are complaining is because of the noise. And you see, noise is somebody else's mandate. Because when we come to noise, then NEMA comes in. NEMA comes in. So sometimes people come and raise issues.
Yes.
Oh, it's because this place is noisy the whole night.
Yeah.
And then you say, okay, when it's issues of noise, then probably you need to go to NEMA. No, but they are making noise because of drunkenness.
Yes.
Yeah. So the people are not also that responsive when it comes to that. They just want, oh, come and close this, come and close that. But when it is opening, then you don't find that they raise issues. And I think sometimes people are not aware because the Mutuga law, as it is known, that is the Alcoholic Drinks Control Act of 2010, actually prohibits having those drinking areas in residential areas.
Yes.
300 meters away from a school, a hospital, a faith-based institution. But sometimes you see, people keep quiet until it is a problem. That is where now they say, oh, NACADA, come and do this. But I've told you the challenge also is now when you have the two levels of government, county governments and national government.
Yes.
Yeah. So sometimes you find that yes, there is interagency collaboration so that you can address the issue together. But if the person opening or licensing is also different from the one who is doing the regulation, then it becomes a challenge.
In fact, hiyo story ya familia unakuja mzazi anaingia saa 5 anatoka saa 9 asubuhi. So you never see your kids. They pick up this behavior.
Exactly.
Tumeenda.
The movies are there.
Mutakutania mkiwa walevi siku moja.
Can you imagine? And it's so sad. But then, you know, they all say that every dark cloud has a silver lining. I mean, have you had like success stories?
Yes.
People you've seen rise from drug abuse, you know, leave it at the back of their mind, you know, wanaiachia huko nyuma kabisa, and they just become responsible people in society. Have you had those kind of cases?
Yeah, they are, I would say they are success stories. Yes, they are success stories. But one thing that you need to also understand about the issues of addiction.
Yes.
It is a chronic relapsing brain disease. So people will talk about, I have been free of this substance for the last 10 years, 5 months, and 10 days. Meaning that the person recognizes that they can also still get back. If they ever touch, they can relapse back.
Yes.
Yeah. So there are stories, including even students who have gone for rehabilitation and have gone back to schools.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they are there. And that is where the focus then is on prevention. Stopping them before they start.
You don't know that will
reduce initiation.
It's Jeff Koinange and Professor Hamo every day, Monday to Friday from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. only on Hot 96.